Mysterious deaths, betrayals and affairs. Golden Age of Hollywood. Time travel to the Golden Age of Hollywood and explore the scandals, betrayals and unsolved murders that were linked with the stars' rise to stardom and subsequently prosperity. These enticing tales will have you on the edge of your seat, from illicit encounters that shook marriages to devastating betrayals that ruined careers. Join us as we unearth unseen stories of celebrity scandals that have been pushed under the rug, revealing a dark underside of glitter and intrigue. John Lennon. John Lennon's legacy is often viewed through a romanticized lens, but a closer examination reveals a more complex and flawed individual. While he preached peace and love to the world, his personal life was marred by turbulent relationships and a strained connection with his first son, Julian. Lennon's abandonment of his family and his admission of past violence towards women contradict his public image as a champion of peace and equality. The FBI kept a detailed file on Lennon, viewing him as a potential threat due to his outspoken opposition to the Vietnam War and his involvement in political activism. Despite his iconic status as a musician, Lennon's lifestyle and actions often contradicted the ideals he espoused. Nonetheless, perceiving Lennon's critical commitments to music and his effect on society is significant. As an individual from the Beatles, he helped shape the scene of well-known music, and his songwriting ability stays unmatched. He utilized his foundation to resolve significant social issues like racial isolation and class legislative issues, and he was an early ally of women's liberation. Ultimately, John Lennon was a complex individual whose flaws and contradictions should not be ignored or romanticized. While his music and cultural impact are undeniable, it's important to acknowledge his personal shortcomings and the discrepancy between his public persona and private life. Lennon's legacy serves as a reminder that even revered figures are fallible and their actions should be examined critically rather than idolized uncritically. Judith Barsi. Judith Barsi was a child actor with a promising career, but behind the scenes, she suffered from her father's abusive behavior. Born in Los Angeles in 1978 to Hungarian immigrant parents, Judith's mother, Maria, aspired to guide her daughter into an acting career. Judith's talent was discovered when she was spotted at an ice rink and invited to join a commercial. Her career flourished as she appeared in commercials, TV shows like Cheers, and films such as Jaws: The Revenge. Unfortunately, Judith's success was overshadowed by her father, Joseph Barsi, who subjected her and her mother to physical and emotional abuse. Joseph threatened to kill Maria and Judith, even sharing his murderous urges with friends. The abuse escalated, with Joseph smashing a kite Judith cherished and threatening her with a knife before a film shoot. Tragically, on July 27, 1988, Joseph Barsi carried out his threats. He shot and killed Judith and Maria, doused them with gasoline, and set their house on fire before taking his own life in the garage. The neighbors heard an explosion and immediately called the authorities. Despite her untimely death, Judith's acting legacy continued. Two of her animated films, The Land Before Time and All Dogs Go to Heaven, were released posthumously. Her tombstone bears her signature line from The Land Before Time. Yep. Although Judith Barsi's life was cut short, her talent and potential were undeniable. Her tragic story serves as a reminder of the devastating impact of domestic abuse. While some claim that her spirit lingers in the house where she died, Judith's true presence lives on through her on-screen performances, capturing the essence of her budding talent. Lana Turner. The life of Hollywood actress Lana Turner took a dark turn in 1958 when her 14-year-old daughter Cheryl Crane stabbed her mother's lover Johnny Stompanato to death. Lana Turner, known for her roles in films like Peyton Place and The Postman Always Rings Twice, had a glamorous career but struggled in her personal life with multiple marriages and romances. Cheryl Crane's childhood was marked by her longing for her mother's love and attention. She often felt neglected as her mother focused on her career and appearance. Crane's devotion to her mother eventually led her to take action against Stompanato, who was threatening her mother and their family. When she heard the argument escalating downstairs, Crane armed herself with a knife and confronted Stompanato. In the struggle that followed, he was fatally stabbed. Crane immediately confessed to the crime explaining that she was trying to protect her mother. She was placed in a juvenile hall for 3 weeks. Turner, called as a witness, testified about the violent nature of her relationship with Stompanato and her inability to stop her daughter from entering the scene. A coroner's jury found the act to be justifiable homicide, and Crane was released without trial. She requested to be placed in the custody of Turner's mother. In 1988, Crane published her autobiography, Detour, a Hollywood Story, breaking her silence about the incident. She also revealed allegations of sexual abuse by Stompanato. Crane faced personal struggles, including 2 suicide attempts, but eventually found stability. She married Jocelyn Josh Leroy in 2014 and currently works as a real estate agent. Lana Turner continued her acting career after the incident, appearing in the TV show Falcon Crest in the 1980s. She was married 7 times and passed away in 1995. Thomas H. Ince. Thomas Ince, a prominent independent film producer, is often overshadowed by the mystery surrounding his death rather than recognized for his influential career. Born into a show business family, Ince ventured into filmmaking after gaining experience behind the camera and developing a passion for westerns. He established his own studio in California known as Inceville, which covered a vast area and featured various sets meticulously designed by Ince himself. His attention to detail and control over scripts and editing left a lasting impact on the films produced under his name. In 1924, on the occasion of Ince's 42nd birthday, media mogul William Randolph Hearst invited him for a weekend getaway on his yacht. The guest list included notable figures like Charlie Chaplin, Marion Davis, and gossip columnist Luella Parsons. Ince joined the celebration a day late and fell ill with acute indigestion, likely exacerbated by his ulcer condition. He left the yacht joined by a specialist, his better half, and his child, yet tragically after 3 days he had a heart failure, as expressed on his demise declaration. Rumors quickly spread suggesting Hearst had shot Ince in a fit of jealousy aimed at Chaplin, suspecting him of having an inappropriate relationship with Davies. Some claimed Ince made a pass at Davies, further infuriating Hearst. These speculations gained traction due to the high-profile individuals involved and Ince's relatively young age at the time of his death. Some even alleged that Hearst paid off Luella Parsons to suppress the news, pointing to her expanded column syndication in Hearst's media empire as evidence. However, these theories have been largely debunked as myths. In spite of the interest encompassing his passing, Thomas Ince's commitments to the entertainment world are perceived and celebrated in Los Angeles, where he has a star on the Hollywood stroll of notoriety. What do you think might be the most shocking affair or betrayal that was swept under the rug? Have you heard any rumors or whispers about mysterious deaths that were never fully explained? We want to hear your reactions, so don't forget to leave a comment and join the discussion. So these were some scandals that you may not have heard of, but our journey doesn't end here. If you want to hear more hidden stories and interesting secrets from Hollywood's golden age, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. We have a great trove of exclusive content just for you.